The RTE Complete Reference Guide is a very detailed step-by-step methodology for you to follow to install, configure, and test real-time events in a production environment. If you encounter any issues with your install, this guide includes 3 one-hour calls with our CNC team to troubleshoot and fix it. You will have a successful install. In this guide, there are 5 major steps involved. Install a transaction server, then the post-installation configuration, then we'll do JMSQ, then we'll configure RTE in E1, and then test our installation to ensure it's working properly. Now let's discuss the architecture and what RTE does. Let's say we update or delete or add a record that RTE is set up to monitor. What RTE does is make these transactions available in XML format and the JMSQ for other external systems to consume. So the data is flowing outside Enterprise One to, say, another ERP or outside system. Let's say you have a requirement that an address number is created in Enterprise One, but also needs to be created automatically in SAP or PeopleSoft or any other system. The address number will be input into the web server and the process will be executed on the enterprise server. If RTE is enabled for the particular business function, once the data is added to the E1 database, it will also be added to the E1 transfer table F90710 as a blob object. The transaction server will continuously pull the F90710 file, and if the record has a status of 3, it will convert the data via SQL to XML and place it in JMSQ. The high-level sequence of the transaction server install is shown here. The detailed steps are revealed further down in the guide. Next is the post-install configuration. Once RTE server is created, we need to do the following configuration: the database, the RTE, and then start the RTE instance. The details are further down in the guide. This is a high-level overview of the JMSQ. The sender is Enterprise One, which sends the message to the message-oriented middleware, and when the third party consumes the message, they are called the receiver. Here the guide shows you how to create the test connection and the test queue. Next, the guide will break down into detail the high-level steps that are shown here to do your RTE configuration in Enterprise One. Now it's time for testing. We go into P01012 address book revisions and create a new record. Then open the UTB on table F90710 to see if the record has been added, and you can see it has. And then we see what the XML looks like. So let's give a short demo of how the testing goes. We log into the system, then open UTB and look for F90710 in System 920, and you can see that there is no data right now. Also, you can see that we have stopped the RTE server, otherwise the record would quickly enter the table and be consumed right away. Now we'll open P01012 and search for address number 1, and then we'll do a copy. And at this point we'll change the alpha name, my test RTB AB. Then we'll search for that record, and it's created 60169. Now let's look in the event transfer table, and yes, it created a record there, and the event name is RT about. And the event state is 3. Now we'll go ahead and start the transaction server and start a new instance, and you'll see that the status changes to running. Now let's click find in the data browser, and it won't be there because it's already converted to XML. Now log into the WebLogic server, services, messaging, JMS modules, JMS module RTE, the test queue, and then the monitoring, and then you'll see it has 9 messages in this queue, and the show messages, and select the last message. And recall that the new number was 60169, so do Control F and 60169 and enter, and you see that it is indeed there. Here's the XML. If you do a copy and then paste it into Notepad or Notepad++ and save it, now you can open it in any browser. This is what will be consumed by the third party. There's a lot of valuable information in this guide that you won't find anywhere else. The guide is $299 US and includes 3 one-hour sessions with the CNC expert who wrote it. We will make sure you have a successful install. You can request the guide by sending an email to info@restfulclouds.com. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all for now. Bye bye.